guys. Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, sir. So, welcome back to all my dear interns to another exciting episode and most awaited episode of CliMed's Research Cafe series. Today, we are thrilled to bring you the episode 10 with our esteemed guest, Dr. Ajit Singh, sir, who is pioneer in research as a scientist in cardiology and the brilliant mind behind CliMed Research Solutions. Dr. Ajit Singh, sir, has an impressive background that includes a Ph.D. in cardiology from prestigious Manipal Academy of Higher Education, serving as the National Director for Research at the World Youth Heart Federation, India. Holding the position of Vice President of Medical Artificial Intelligence at Indica AI in Mumbai, authoring over 60 scientific papers. Editorial roles with renowned journals such as Oxford Group, BMJ Group, and Springer Group of Journals, Dr. Ajit Singh Sir's journey is nothing short of inspirational. He has received numerous accolades, including Young Achievers Award in 2019 and Young Scientist Award in 2020, for his groundbreaking work in cardiology research. His research has taken him across the globe, presenting prestigious platforms like European Society of Cardiology and American College of Cardiology. This is a unique opportunity to connect with one of the best in the field and gain insights from his incredible journey. Welcoming you, sir.
Thank you very much, Naita, for the wonderful introduction. And I would like to thank you guys and congratulate you guys for completing the 9 episodes of Research Cafe. And this is going fantastic. It's really lovely that you guys are, calling the people who are doing good in the field. And this is amazing. Yes. So thank you very much for inviting me as well.
Thank you, sir. So, let's start with our questionnaire.
Sure.
So, let us start with your journey. Can you start by telling us a little about your background and what motivated you to pursue a career in pharmacy and research?
Okay. So that's nothing sort of special, but kind of everyone, every middle class guy has in background. So I'm basically from a village in Uttar Pradesh, and you won't believe, guys, that I studied in Hindi medium till 12th class, and then I entered to the I did my bachelor's of science BSc in botany honors for 2 years. I mean, when I was pursuing in the first year, so I wrote in the Hindi. Okay, they were allowing us to write the exams in Hindi. So I wrote the exams in Hindi, and I got only uh, I'm not sure 62 or 63% marks in my first year. Then I thought I'll write in English, and I took that courage. And I also don't know what I wrote, but I got 78% in second year. And after that, English became my favorite subject and favorite language to write the exams. And if I come to the family background, yes, we I'm from the farmers family. My parents, my father and mother, uh, I mean, they are into the farmings, and we still have our farms. And also, my mom still stays in the village. Yesterday only I came back from my village, and I enjoy it a lot. And yes, my elder brothers are into the businesses. Now I think we all three are into the businesses, and I'm working with the government of India as well. So nothing sort of special, but every what we say, that a lot of struggles, but good result at the end.
Uh, Great, sir. Uh, Next question is, speaking of family, they say our roots shape our future. So, how did your upbringing influence your career choice, and any quickery anecdotes from your childhood?
Okay, so my upbringing, definitely I'm from, as I told, I'm from a farmer's family, and my mom is the homemaker, and she's very old now. though, but they always, tell us like, you have to grow, you have to study well, you have to go out, as every parent says in the village, right? And they sacrificed a lot. The parents, my mom, my father is no more right now. I mean, he expired when I was very young, 13, 14-year old. But they always told that you have to, grow together, you have to live together. And my elder brothers, they, completely followed that. And we all three are together. And they always take care of me, my elder brothers. And we have learned that we should always respect everyone. And one important thing here, guys, that we should never forget our roots. Okay, you should never forget whatever you got in the life, whatever you achieve in the life, but you should never forget that from where you are coming. You should never forget that. I never forget that I'm a farmer. I never forget that I'm from a village. Okay, and it's always there in my heart. I recently visited my village. I mean, the entire week. Yesterday only I came. So, few of the people who are well educated, and they, when I usually go to the village, they usually come to meet me, and we talk. So one of them were talking. We have a different languages. So we talk in Braj Bhasha. I mean, the Khadi Boli we call it. Hindi. I mean, there is a different kind of Hindi in the where I stay. In the West UP. So we were talking, we were mingling, and they were like, "अरे इतना पढ़ लिख गया है, फिर भी तू ऐसे ही बात करता है." Like, this is my place. I never forgot. If I speak in different kind of Hindi or different accent, that it will not make me superior than everyone, or it will not make me some kind of hero. I am from that place, and I have to mingle with them, and I have to be the person who left that place, and grew up to this stage, but I still am out of them. So wherever I am, I'm like, I never forget my roots. And you asked about the pharmacy. So I tried, as I think many of the people who are in pharmacy, how they choose pharmacy is their second option always. I tried for the MBBS. I tried for that time. There was no need, but there was All India PMT. There was PMT. There were AFMC. There was AIMS. There was multiple exams. Now they have integrated all the exams. So I mean, UP PMT, then AI PMT, All India PMT, and also I tried for that and didn't get it. So while I was preparing for AI PMT and all, that time I was pursuing BSc. So I mean, I never wanted to waste the time. So I thought like I'll go for the BSc as well. BSc Botany honors along with the preparations. But 2 years I didn't get anything. So I shifted to Bachelor's of Pharmacy. That is the main story behind that. And I think 70 to 80% of the people, they don't choose pharmacy as their wish. They always go out of the odds and choose the pharmacy. But I think this is one of the wonderful thing. And after B Farm, I mean, we didn't learn anything in B Farm because some of the things were not great in the college, and then we were not interested that much. So we thought like, now there is nothing in the life. Let's do something good. What's there? So we got the chance to come to Manipal for PharmD post baccalaureate, and I came here, and it changed my life completely.
You also share same story of most of the pharma graduates.
Yeah, it's always there, because my first question to all the PharmDs is, why did you join the PharmD? Okay, so I also didn't know what's PharmD literally. Why I joined is, I thought like, I'll get the doctor degree before my name. I'll get the doctor before my name. I literally did not know what exactly the PharmD is and what we will achieve after PharmD. And, I had no idea since I joined Manipal. When I joined Manipal, I literally saw that, oh, this is something really nice, what I always wanted. And then, it got my interest, and I literally, started enjoying the pharmacy practice and the environment what Manipal provides to everyone, to their student. We have the department, entire department in the hospital, and the hospital is one of the topmost hospital in India with the facilities, with all the liberties. So from the first year of my PharmD postbaccalaureate, the fourth year, we started going to the wards. We started engaging with the patients, and a lot of learnings and a lot of things. Right. So it's always good. There are many stories behind. Definitely, I remember. Uh, I didn't choose PharmD because I wanted to do. I chose it because I wanted a doctor degree before my name, frankly. Okay, but later it got my entire interest, and I remember when one of my friend and I gave the Manipal exam for PB. So we didn't know where Manipal is exactly. We thought it's in Bangalore, Indranagar. So from Delhi, we took the train to Bangalore, and we reached the Bangalore one day before the counseling, and in the evening 9 o'clock, before the counseling day, we were just talking, and I thought like, okay, let's check where's uh, the counseling. So when we put the exact place in the Google map, it was showing it's 455 kilometers from here. And we literally got shocked. I was like, there is only 12 hours. It's 9 o'clock in the night, and tomorrow morning 9 o'clock we have the counseling. How we'll reach there? We got panicked, and me and my friend were literally panicked. But thanks to Karnataka government, they have. I mean, the Karnataka is really wonderful. I always appreciate that Karnataka has the wonderful bus services and overnight bus journeys. So we took the 11 o'clock bus and reached there morning 7 and attended the councils. That's how we reached to the Manipal, and the journey started. Yes,
Memorable journey, sir.
absolutely.
Next question is, you completed your B Farm and later pursue PharmD. What influenced your decision to pursue PharmD?
I told you the doctor degree before my name. See, frankly, I'm telling you guys, I had no idea what PharmD is. And that time it was, I think, when I joined in 2011-12, there was no batch even out. So we did not have any reference also for us, like what they will do, how they will do, and what they are doing, what they will get. We had thousands of the questions in mind. I mean, I literally did not have any question in my mind. I did not have any question in my mind because I didn't think of those questions. I thought like, let's do this. This is something new. Let's do something adventurous. Let's get the doctor degree. That was the only thing in my mind, guys. You won't believe. Okay, there was nothing like what I will do after this degree, what will be done, how will carry forward the career and all. Nothing was there in my mind, frankly. I'm being very honest with you guys. Okay, so I just chose it like we have to get it done. That's all.
Unplanned journey.
Unplanned journey. Okay, we can say unplanned journey. Yeah, in the hunt of doing something good, and it turned out to be good. Definitely, right now. Yeah.
So next question is, you have dedicated your life to studying about the heart. Could you share a heartwarming story from your PhD journey that highlights and what inspired you to specialize in cardiology?
Okay, so see, there are two stories. I can tell you one. Okay, so one story is that when I started, pursuing PharmD. So in first year only, we had wonderful seniors and wonderful faculty members. So they used to teach very nicely, and they used to teach us about the research, publications, papers, and everything. So in the first year itself, uh, when I was roaming in the wards on the ward round, so I mean, see, I always get this complaint from my students that, sir, doctors don't entertain us. Sir, doctors don't, teach us anything. They don't talk to us. So this was the same with us. This is same with everyone. Okay. In the morning, I remember that we used to go for the ward rounds in the morning, 8:30, with the medicine head here initially, and there were many people behind him. He used to have almost 20 people behind him for the rounds, and out of them, one of our pharmacy practice Pharm guy, and three of the family people, one from the family postgraduate, two from the family regular, and the physiotherapy people, nursing, and then MBBS interns, and then MDs, assistant professors, associate professors. So there was a line, and we were at the end of that line, you know, always. So almost 1.5 month, we did not interact even with the doctor, the head of the department, and even the other people, So definitely, I mean, we did not know, and we were instructed like not to argue with anyone, and we were learning as usual. So, but there was one thing that we used to go and we used to see all the patients' files, and we used to learn from them. Okay, and suddenly one day, the good thing happened that our doctor, uh, he asked some questions to their PG, to his PGs, and they were not able to answer it. And in the audience, no one was able to answer it, and he was asking them, and after waiting for a minute, I told him, "Sir, can I answer? I That's my knowledge, whatever is there." So, what was his question? Who are you? First question was, "Who are you?" After 1.5 month of following him, he was asking, "Who are you?" So, I told him, "Sir, we are from this department, this course, and this is meant to be, your helping hand. You have to sell yourself according to them." So he was like, "Yes, tell me." So I answered, and he was very happy. Literally, he was very happy, and he told, "Afterwards, you guys will be in the first row with all the PGs and all the medical interns." So because of me, I mean, the entire department got recognition, and I mean, that time in those ward rounds, and after a month, we saw a very complicated case of uh, HIV/AIDS, and he had multiple problems, multiple opportunity infections, and also uh, then he was asking that his PGs like, can someone write the research paper, the case report? So I mean, my faculty used to tell me about the case reports, about those things, and so I simply asked him, "So can I try this?" So he was like, "Yeah, why not? You try it." And that's how my first paper came into the market, and it was published in British Medical Journal with him in 2014. And afterwards, I became the hero in my class, literally. In the entire batch, my seniors, all my senior girls and all were like, "Arey, isne to ye kar diya, what he did," and a lot of, I became the hero of the department. Like, I published in British Medical Journal, and I loved that. Literally, everyone will love whatever the recognition they get. So I was like, I have to do the research now. I have to publish more papers, and that's how the journey started. The research, and I uh, got my, what we say, the publications. I believe 7 publications in my PharmD, 5 original articles in that. How? Because I didn't know how to write the review papers and all. I didn't start with the review papers. So what I did is, like, I asked my seniors, my, you know, one of the professor told. I mean, by the time when I came to the second year and final year, the two batches were passed out, right? So my faculty member told, "Arey, why don't you ask your seniors to publish their thesis?" I asked them, "Sir or madam, you give me your thesis, I'll publish, but I'll be the first author. Okay, you be the corresponding or whatever." They're like, "Arey, publish it. We didn't do anything. You publish it, at least give us name somewhere." They were like, "Give us name somewhere, you publish it." And that's how I published 5 theses, not mine, my seniors. So the enthusiasm was really high that time, and it took me to the in the second year of my PharmD, it took me to the cardiology. So I used to go for the cardiology rounds, and I got to do the research in cardiology. So there I literally saw that how painful the things are in cardiology, and how the incidences and prevalences of heart attacks and heart failures are increasing in India. It did not, I mean, usually the heart attacks does not give much time to the patient. In the rural areas, they don't get time and they just die within hours or 2 hours or 3 hours. They don't get the hospital, a good intensive, good interventional depths. And also it took my interest, and then I asked my HOD, like, so can I get the entire year of internship in cardiology? He was like, not at all. This is not the rule. You have to go for 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, like 4 internship you have to do. So I was like, but then, sir, please give me first 3 months in cardiology. They were like, that's okay. I can give you first 3 months. And I literally started going there. I started seeing patients, got a lot of interest in, heart failure, because it's totally distinct from the heart attacks. Like how the people gradually, go into the worst situation from the better. They don't follow the medicines, and it's, almost untreatable uh, kind of disease, and a lot of maintenance it's needed. So a lot of things were there for the research and to learn. So it got my attention actually. you know uh, I remember, when I used to go to the ward rounds and in the morning rounds and in my internship, when you used to enter the cardiology ICU, every day in that gate there were one or two dead bodies, and out of them at least two or three dead bodies, out of them one or two were heart failure. So it literally took me to that, like, I have to do something. You know, that was the literal inspiration behind, heart failure research. I was like, let's do something. Why can't we reward heart failure, or why can't we, get some good medicines for the heart failure? I mean, I did not know that being in the pharmacy practice, we cannot do much except research. We cannot develop the medicines, or we cannot do, but at least we have the power to do the research. We can compare the medicines. We can, get into the pathophysiology. We can give them the new targets of the therapy. We can compare the lot of groups, and we can do a lot of studies, lot of wonderful things in heart failure, and I mean in the cardiology. So that's how I entered. And after 3 months, when I posted to dermatology and psychiatry, I remember I used to skip those uh, postings, and I used to go to cardiology. And the days, our instructors used to come for the check, we used to be there in those wards for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then I used to escape and go to cardiology. So it was like very interesting. It was very interesting, and that's how it got my attention to the cardiology. And when I completed 6 or 7 months of my internship, so that time the HOD of the cardiology, I was with him, Dr. Tom Devashian. He was my PhD guide as well. So he saw my enthusiasm into the cardiology, and he used to ask a lot of questions. And believe me, guys, the doctors here in Manipal are very supportive. I mean, very supportive. Okay, they allow everyone, the students from any department who wants to learn. So he was like, Ajit, why don't you do some projects with us? I was like, yeah, we can do that. So he was like, let's write some research. By the time I published 4 5 papers, I mean, so he was like, let's write the grants. We sat for 2 3 months before completing my PharmD, and then we wrote that grant. And that study is one of the simplest study in the world. I'm telling you guys, registry studies are the simplest studies. No clinical trial, nothing. Okay, so we planned the Manipal heart failure registry. Registry means just collect the entire data of the patients, collect it in one seat, make a portal, put there so everyone can access that data. Registry is nothing but collecting the data and putting into the one register, making the one register of heart failure patients. And you can analyze that data. You can get multiple, I mean, whatever kind of analysis you can do. So we wrote a registry uh, grant, and I mean, that time even the international registry was starting. Report HF was the registry name. Internationally it was started by Novartis with $300 million of the expenses. So we thought, like, let's be a part of that. And we wrote a proposal of the institutional registry. Later it became the national registry. So we wrote that idea to Novartis, and Novartis accepted it happily. I mean, we applied for 6 7 uh, funding agencies, but the I mean, ICMR accepted, one more company has accepted, but they were not giving that much money. Novartis gave us around 1 crore 96 lakh rupees for that registry. And then I started. After my family, I had to start that research as research associate 1, not the PhD. Okay. But when I was starting in 2015 September, so when I was starting that study, so guide asked me, Ajit, I got an invitation from the university that you can do PhD on this. Okay. And but you have to shift from pharmacy college to medical college. I was one of the happiest person on the earth. Like, I was the first person in India to pursue the PhD in a medical college. Literally, I was the first person in India. But still, I didn't have the clue, and like everyone was like, "Sir, I have to go for jobs and all, and this is the job." But he was like, "See, your project is for 3 years, PhD is 3.5 years, so better you register for PhD on this." And I registered for PhD, and so it was a really nice journey. I don't know how it has happened. I was very lucky though, and I got the PhD in cardiology. And that's the first story. And the second story is, uh, I have my personal issues. I mean, when I was very young, so I had some blood-related problems. Like, I still have the high hemoglobin, and it was because of one congenital anomaly. So, I had that interest to study the cardiology from that time itself, and I got that chance, to further go on into the cardiology, and I always love it. And you must have seen I attended almost 10 15 conferences internationally, delivered 50 60 lectures on heart failure. And these are the two stories why I chose cardiology over everything.
Very inspirational stories. So, next question is, in March 2021, you were appointed as a research scientist for ICMR at the Department of Medicine as KMC Manipal. Can you share the story of becoming scientist and how was this role influenced your career and research?
Okay, so yeah, so I was the first person who did the PhD after PharmD in medical college. But I was the first person also in India who did that big registry. Okay, no one has done that kind of studies in India before. Okay, so when I completed, ICMR was doing and was prepared actually one proposal for a registry in diabetes, in young diabetes. Okay, so they were searching for some person, and when they saw my track record uh, about registry studies, then they invited me. Okay, and they invited me to head that entire registry part. I mean, that registry was already going on since 2008, but the first phase was just getting the numbers, getting the how many centers in India are treating the young diabetes. Young diabetes means the less than 25 years of the age. The kids less than 25 years of the age, they get the diabetes, right? So 2008 to 2050 there was first phase. Then 2015 to 2021 there was second phase. In second phase they started collecting the data, the demographics data. Okay, but then they wanted it to go comprehensive all over India. So by the time they have you know made around 212 sites all over India, and they had 9 collaborating centers where they used to uh, collect all the data. Okay, so when I completed my PhD after 1 or 2 years, they contacted me, and they were like, "You come and join ICMR." Uh, and before that, it's not like I skipped all the steps. Okay, so when I was doing my PhD, in the starting of the PhD on the grant, I started as research associate 1. Okay, when I started my journey within my PhD, I was working as research associate 1, then research associate 2. Okay, so by the time I completed my PhD, I completed my junior research fellowship and senior research fellowship, positions in the grant based project. So then they were like, why don't you join ICMR? So I joined ICMR as research associate 3 in 2020. One. I mean, first they were calling me as the head of the entire registry, but I told like I don't want to come back to Delhi because it's very much polluted, and I literally don't like Delhi or the big cities. I like peaceful places like Manipal. So I told I am not going to come back to Delhi at any cost. So they were stubborn. They were like, we don't want to leave you. We want you to be in the policy making of, ICMR and Young Diabetes Registry and all. So they offered me another position. Like they told me you can handle the entire collaborating center. So they established the entire collaborating center in Manipal, 10th collaborating center. Till that, there was only 9 ICMR centers in India. So they established the 10th collaborating center in Manipal and gave 21 hospitals in entire Karnataka under that to, head that. And they made me research associate, offered me research associate 3 position, but I already, had done the PhD. So they upgraded it to scientist C, and I already had that research associate experience. So they upgraded to scientist C. So that's how I joined. I was like, in Manipal, whatever you are giving, I accept. I don't mind because I live in Manipal. And recently, I have completed the tenure of research scientist C in March only. And then I was like, I'm done with these things. I don't want to continue. But they are like, no, you have to continue. And they extended for 2 more years. I requested only 1 or 2 more years, but not more than that because it's hampering my business, it's hampering CliMed and also. But they are like, no, we like the things what you are providing and what you have provided in last 3 years. So they have extended for 2 more years till November 2025. But yeah, let's see how it goes.
I hope it goes smoothly, sir. And now, next question. Founding CliMed Research Solutions and Curio CTRI is a huge achievement. What sparkled this entrepreneurial fire, and how has your vision evolved over time?
This question, always, many people ask me this question literally, and it haunts me. It always takes me back to that phase, everyone has in their life. I'm telling you how. See, I think I have done something in my PhD which is unbelievable. Unbelievable means when I was doing my PhD, everyone gets the stipend of 15, 16,000. That time the stipend of Manipal was 16,000, okay, per month in 2015, 16, 17. So, but I used to get 78,000 per month in my PhD. 78,000. So my bars were very high for the job after PhD. I think no one gets the 78,000 per month in the PhD. And I was getting that much stipend because I had that 96 lakh rupees ka grant. So my salary, my stipend, everything. So this was 78,000 per month for me, entire 3 years. And that is like after PharmD, doing the PhD and getting 78,000 per month was literally high. So it set my bars very, very high that I was like, after PhD, at least I must get 1 lakh 50,000 rupees ka salary. But when I completed my PhD, I literally, you know, uh, got to the original market and I was not getting the jobs even of 30,000, frankly. I mean, I tried 7, 8 good pharmacy colleges in India. Some of them accepted, some of them rejected. But everyone said at the end that they cannot hire me because my bars are literally high. And they literally rejected me. I was so helpless, after doing the PhD, first PhD in cardiology, after a lot of struggles. There are many stories between also. Yeah, I'll come to the difficult phase as well. So, but that was the time when I was too depressed. After my PhD, doing one of the first PhD from the medical college, one of the wonderful PhD with hundred thousands of the grants. I mean, I was so depressed. I was like, what to do? I was searching for the jobs. I was, in a lot of trouble. I was asking everyone to get a job for me. And then I had no, plans to go out of India. I mean, I never thought of going out of India. Still, I don't, want to go out of India because India is, I think, having a lot of things to do here, and I want to grow here only. So I had no, I didn't think of going out of India. So you know, then after 3 4 months when I was lack of funds, you won't believe, guys, I was lack of funds. So I was talking with my friends. After PhD, they got jobs into the industry and all. I tried industry also. I didn't want to go to the industry, but I tried industry also. But there was also very quite harsh luck for me. I didn't get any job. So after 3 4 months, I was talking to my friends, and I told, yaar, kuch kaam waam de do, kuch kaam waam batao if I can join somewhere. That was a thing in 2019. This is kind of worst phase, I'll say. So one of my friend told, "Yeah, see, I mean, I should not tell you this work, but I mean, my friend was telling me that I have one more friend who is completing his PhD. He wants someone to write his PhD thesis. Okay, he asked me if you can write his PhD thesis, he will pay you 80,000.
Wow.
Literally, I like, are you serious? I mean, are you serious? You're asking me to write someone else's PhD thesis. You're like, see, देख पैसे की जरूरत है तुझे भी, and I mean, but you are skilled. You have published the thesis and all, so you can write his thesis, and he will pay you 80,000. I was like, see, मरता क्या नहीं करता is the phrase in Hindi. So I was like, चलो यार करते हैं. And I wrote that thesis. I did the entire analysis. I wrote that thesis in 2 months. I got paid of 80,000 rupees. And then after that, I was getting a lot of orders. I'll say the orders, lot of clients, lot of people. Can you write our paper? Can you write our thesis? Can you publish our papers and all? So, by the time I thought, like, why can't we make it as a business? Okay. And that's how the CliMed came into the existence. So CliMed Research Solutions, because I'm into the research, I did a background work on that, and then I found there are the medical writing services itself. There are medical writing services companies. CliMed's is there. All the CROs are having the medical writing teams, medical writing units. So I started it, my own, but then I thought, let's make it as a business. I hired a few more people. I joined a few more freelancers, and I started taking many other works, and then it was going on, and I was quite happy. Like, until and unless it was not free, I was enjoying it. So I was getting good money, and 4 5 people also were there with me, and I used to get good business. Then in 2019, we registered CliMed, and we registered one more company. Scope Medics was my first company actually. It was to train the clinical pharmacist and post into the multiple hospitals as a third party, pharmacist. But it was in Hyderabad. I shifted to Hyderabad in 2019 for some time. My offices are still in Madhapur, high tech city. So I shifted there and I started Scope Medics. We got a good setup. We prepared the website and everything, but suddenly COVID came and we had to lose the entire thing. And in 2020, so we closed the Scope Medics before starting itself, and we had to close the CliMed part as well. But CliMed part was virtual completely, so it has nothing to do with the offices. We went home, and then I was at home for 2 3 months working. Uh, remotely on the thesis and all things were going, but Then I thought, let's do something with the education itself. I saw many people were doing the education for, medical students, for the school children. They were having a lot of things. So I thought, like, see, I have done the PhD, I have done the research, and I have seen the Manipal. So I have learned a lot from Manipal. Cardiology is my subject. So I started, taking classes. My first course, I remember, you see Dr. Siddesh Rajpurohit, you see many of, my students are there, Siddesh Rajpurohit. They joined my first batch of CCMC, that is certificate course in medical complexity and errors. That was the first course. And we got the, what we say, copyright for that. That course we only can run in India. No one else can. So that course is a premium course, literally a wonderful course. We started 12 classes. So, the first batch got good response, and then we registered the educational services part also into the CliMed, and that's how the CliMed actually started. And after the educational part registration, we launched our first course in cardiac pharmacology in 2020 August. In the corona period, guys, you won't believe that the first course received a huge response. We got 13,600 registrations, 13,600 students in our first batch. And that's how, it's a never stopping journey for me. And it always motivates me whenever, I get any kind of less numbers or any kind of setbacks. I always think of my first batch. Like, if I can get 13,600 students in one batch, we can do anything. And it was completely free, zero cost course, zero cost course. And yeah, that's the journey of CliMed and Curio. Curio has recently started in 2023, last year November only. And how it came into the existence is like, in CliMed we have started a lot of things. Lot of wings are there. Primarily we are CRO. Then we have educational services. In educational services, we are having hospital oriented courses. We are having international licensing exam preparations. We are into the coachings. We are into the FDPs and all the things. We are into the industrial trainings. So we have the people from GSK, and then the GSK people showed interest in us, and they were like, why don't you separate all the industrial internships and industrial training separately out of CliMed? So they came up with the idea of Curio with GSK, and that's how we separated all the industry trainings like medical writing, pharmacovigilance, CDM, CPM, SAS programmings. These all the courses which are industry oriented, we kept them in the separate wing, and we registered CTRI, the Curio Training and Research Institute, in the November itself. So all the industrial part will be, taken care under the Curio name, and otherwise everything is CliMed only. So the Curio is also the CliMed, but for the industrial trainings and industrial courses, now we have the separate entity called Curio. So that's the story behind CliMed and Curio, guys. Lot of setbacks, lot of things.
Lot of struggles.
Yes, lot of struggles. So I'll I'll definitely mention. I would like to mention one more thing. So when I wrote the grant, guys, in 2015, that time, because I have prepared the entire proposal, and Dr. Tom Devashia, my guide for PhD, that time he was the HOD of cardiology. He's a wonderful guy, very, very great guy. So he told Ajit, you have written that proposal, so you be the, principal investigator of this registry. You must have seen that principal investigator of Manipal heart failure registry. If you write in the Google also, it will come. So he told, like, Ajit, you be the principal investigator. And because it was registered under the clinical trial registry of India, and it was the national registry, so we had to take the DCGI, approval for that. We had to take the DCGI approval for that, and DCGI directly disagreed and they rejected my proposal. They were like, you cannot be the principal investigator because you are not a medical, you don't have the medical background. And it was literally disappointing for me, disappointing for everyone, must be, because when you are writing a research proposal, when you are, putting all your efforts to do some research and you are not getting the position, then I mean, after even the support of your guide and your faculty members, I was very disappointed. So what I did is I started searching for the references, and I saw that out of India, everyone is either, you know, everyone is either PharmD or the nursing or the physician assistant who is PI. I mean, there are many medicos, the professors and associate professors who are PI, but a lot of PharmDs were PI in US, Australia, and Canada. So I got the references. I submitted those references to DCGI. I was like, okay, I'm the first person to, after PharmD to do such research and get such grants in India. But see, I cannot drop my credits. I need my credits. I fought for 6 months almost. I went to DCGI many times and I fought in the emails and a lot of things. And after a lot of references, submissions, and all, finally they accepted. And it was a big win for me and big win for all the families, I'll say, because now if you are going for such big studies, you can be the principal investigator. You can be the main investigator in such studies because now the gate is open for everyone. I fought for 6-8 months with DCGI, but I got that position, I got that credits, and I became the principal investigator for Manipal heart failure registry, and my registry is still going on. It was started with 1 crore funds, but till now it was for 3 years that time, and now it's for 10 years. The Novartis is very interested in our data, and we are getting a lot of funds and lot of new inputs from Novartis team and from other companies also. They're like, this kind of data collection is very rare. So till now, I think we have grasped around 3 crore, 2.8 crore grant from the Novartis for the same registry, and it's still going on. So yeah, there were a lot of struggle, a lot of fightings, but yeah, I think it gives the motivation to go further into the research and learn and learn and learn. Yeah, and do more researches.
It's a truly motivational story, sir. And next question, you're like a superhero with so many roles.
Oh,
So with so many hats to wear. So from being CEO to researcher, on a personal note, what do you enjoy most about your multi-faced role? How do you manage to keep everything in balance?
okay. So you guys see that everything is balanced. I don't see sometimes. you know, I mean, it's a tough job, literally, uh, but I enjoy it. You will enjoy your work. You will be doing everything in time, and you will love it doing if you are interested in. Whatever I do, as I told till now, research I did because I was interested. Okay, research I am doing because I'm interested, and why I'm interested is I get motivation every day. Every day, motivation is there for me. I mean, see, I have visited 15, 16 countries. Every year I go for 2 international trips, not on my funds. All the funds are from the industry or from the organizers or from the government of India, ICMR and CSRI and DST, DBT. They all give the funds. So this is my motivation because I love traveling. So this is my motivation to do the research. Sometimes I get lazy and then I think, अरे यार नवंबर का ट्रिप चला जाएगा. If you don't do this work, November trip will be off, right? So this gives me motivation to work more and more into the research. And then yesterday only I got 1.5 lakh travel grant from ICMR for one of my past conference what I attended last month in Portugal and Switzerland. So uh, I was like, I have applied, but I didn't know that they have sanctioned. ICMR is like, they don't send you the emails, they send you the letters, and the letter came after 1 month yesterday only. And but now privilege definitely, because those funds are sanctioned, and uh, I have enjoyed that journey. And recently I got the grants to conduct and to attend one entire course on the heart failure research in Italy. Uh, in September, I'm going for 10 days, and then in August, I'm going to Singapore for a conference on the entire grants. So these things, as you ask, like how do I handle everything? These things gives me the motivation to take out some time for the research. You know, every day if I'm sitting in the office, I'm working for ICMR. I'm taking some time out of those timings for my research. And now I think at this position right now, everything is not done by me. I have students here, I have colleagues here, I have PhD students here. So I distribute the work. There's the timing. I distribute the work, I give them the topics, they conduct the research, and we all get the credits. you know we all get the credits. So that's how the things go. And definitely being a company owner is not at all easy. And when you are indulged into multiple things, like into the research, into the academics, as into the ICMR, and lot of travel is there every month. So things are not easy, definitely to handle. But yeah, I quite enjoy my work. I enjoy the research. I enjoy teaching. See, as I told you, I visited multiple colleges. They did not hire me. I wanted to teach the students, but I always think, I keep myself motivated by myself. Literally, I'm telling you guys, I keep myself motivated. I always think like, Array, if I'm in the college, I would have teaching only 60 students in one class for the entire year. Only 60 faces I would have been seeing for entire year, right? But now I am teaching almost 1,000 students per month, new faces in different classes, different workshops, different webinars. So it keeps me motivated, to do the work and to go on and go on. Yeah. So, and definitely sometimes I don't get the time to sleep. uh, I have some days, frequent days, where I don't get the sleep, only 2 hours or 3 hours sleep. When I feel pressurized, like a lot of work is there, then I work till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m. in the morning, and then I sleep for 2 hours or 3 hours. So yeah, sacrificing something like sleep is always good. And how I enjoy my time is like I watch TV and movies a lot. I watch reels a lot. Literally, I'm telling you guys, I watch the Insta reels a lot. Okay, I surf the Facebook, I surf the LinkedIn uh, a lot. I mean, I spend almost 2 to 3 hours every day on like the Facebook, Insta, and LinkedIn, and YouTube. I watch news, I watch TV for at least 1 to 3 hours every day. You won't believe, like if I'm traveling, my YouTube is always on. Always I'm on the earphones. Either news are going on, or something, some learningful videos, some I have enrolled into some London School of Economics courses. Something is going on always. I'm not keeping myself free. If I'm in the toilet, frankly, if I'm telling you, if I'm in the toilet, I always phone is there in my hand, and earphones are always on. So it's like you have to sacrifice your time. But I enjoy that time. I enjoy learning from the reels itself. I mean, it's not like that reels are always bad. If you get some good channels subscribed in the Instagram, some good influencers in the Instagram, then you learn a lot. Okay, so I learn the things, and I believe keeping myself updated in everything. So I'm very much interested in geography. I'm very much interested in geopolitics. I'm very much interested in Indian politics. I'm very much interested in US politics. I'm very much interested in astronomy, and I learn about stock market. I mean, whatever comes my way, I don't leave it. I learn everything. So that I think keeps me motivated. and that I think makes me happy. And spending 3-4 hours for myself a day on the TV, on the Insta Reels with the friends. I go and spend a lot of time with my friends on the dinners, on the lunches, uh, breakfasts. I meet a lot of new people. So, I mean, if you get time for yourself and if you explore yourself, that's amazing. And every month, at least 2 movies in the theater. That's my promise to myself. And it goes up to 4-5 movies in a month in the theater. So, yeah, see, these are the things you have to maintain. That's all. And you get time for everything.
It's really great, sir. Uh, Next, we are going to the next section from research to life, navigating the world of research. So, my question is, as a researcher involved in various clinical trials, including phase 2 studies, what advice would you give to someone starting the journey in clinical research? Any lessons learned that stand out?
See, okay, I always teach my students how to conduct the research. First of all, guys, my big lesson to every one of you, if you are doing the research, be selfless. Okay. See, research never gives you money. Frankly, there is no monetary support from the research. You won't get sometimes a single penny, but you get a lot of recognition, lot of travel, lot of new things. Like every year you will be having 2 or 3 international trips, 2 or 3 Indian trips, lot of flights, lot of uh, enjoyment trips, and a lot of parties, research parties. So you will get those things for fun, and along with that, you will get what we say, a lot of recognitions. Your publications in the high-impact journals. You will be called. You will be called for lectures. You will be called as expert to deliver the lectures on research methodology, research statistics, and all. So, first of all, be selfless. And the second thing, choose one subject. Okay. You should be diverse, definitely. As I have done my research in H1N1, I have done my research in, MRSA, infections, I have done my research in cancer. But, it always gives me pleasure, and all the funds and all the, lovely trips, all these things comes from the heart failure. Okay. So you have to choose one subject. You have to become expert of one subject. Okay, that is important. And if you become the expert of one subject, you will be pro in that. You'll be pro in that. And always you have to, start your journey when you're a student. You should never think that I'll be starting my journey once I'm in PhD, research journey in PhD, or, I'll be doing those things when I get a chance. I have seen people lose that, time. People miss that time in the, being in the PharmD or being in the PhD also. They're like, "Arey, what time I will do the research?" But it's not like that. You have to see research. Don't want your hours or the full day. Never. If you are working in the laboratories, sometimes definitely you may have to stay in the nights also to check out the results and all. But not every time. Research is one of the leisureful, task in the life. Okay, you have to give some dedicated time, at least 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in a day. But I think 4 hours in a day is not much. Literally giving out of your schedule. It's like you will learn, you will get a lot of things out of it. So and do it ethically. Never go out of ethics, and never do it wrong. Okay, why people don't get their research published? I have seen a lot of students, sir, हमारा ये publish नहीं हो रहा है, sir. How to publish it? How to write it? First, get some background knowledge. See, guys, the guides, the mentors are there to support you, are there to teach you, but they cannot do everything for you, right? If you come to me and ask me, sir, मुझे एक topic चाहिए cardiology में research करने के लिए, what you have done? Why you are asking me? At least come up with something by your own. come up with the interest, come up with the subject out of subject, sub-subject. So please spend some time in the background learning. Okay, do it ethically, selflessly. Okay, so that's my I think whatever I have learned from my research journey, I mean, you will get a lot of outputs. You will get personal recognition, money, funds. I mean, not the personal money, not the salaries and all, but yeah, I mean the good recognition and travels and all. But you have to follow these things, otherwise you will be struggling always in the research, and you will be demoralized. So you have to be very clear that you cannot be demoralized if your research is not performing well, if you are getting negative results and all. Sometimes negative results are the good results. Okay, sometimes not getting the results is the result. Okay, in the research, sometimes not getting the result is the result. So it will save your time, it will save others time if you publish that, if you show that, mirror to everyone that okay, after doing a lot of these things, I still didn't get the result. So I mean, you have to take everything positively. You cannot demoralize yourself, and you cannot say Larry, research is like a long term thing. You have to pursue the PhD for 3.5 years, 4 years, and then you will get the paper published, then you will get the PhD degree. By the time I can earn 1 crore, 2 crores, 3 crores in the like getting into the jobs. So these things you have to learn. And one more important thing, guys, I want to tell, what I have learned is, see, maybe out of the syllabus here, but I get a lot of students comes to me. The lot of students, they come to me and they ask, sir, I cannot study. I want to study, but I cannot study after PharmD, or I cannot do PhD, or the further courses, because my financial status is not good. I have the single parent, single mother, single father, and I'm from the middle class family and all. See, one thing, guys, they tell me even like, sir, my parents are not able to you know give the fees and all. I totally understand. It's not like that I don't understand. My brother paid my fees, my family fees, by taking the personal loan on him. Okay, I'm telling you guys, my brother paid my family fees because it was too high, 4 lakhs per year, and then 2 3 lakhs extra expenses for hostels and all. So he took the personal loan and paid. I could have feel it. I could have like say, I literally, you won't believe, guys, after Pharm, I got the campus placement of 9,000 per month in marketing. I would have get the job. I like, okay, now I don't want to study because it will be burdening my brother, burdening my family. I didn't think that way. It's good always, to think to the family, about the family, and about the fundings, about their struggles and a lot of this is very important. But guys, let me tell you the different perspective. Everyone who's listening here, different perspective is, see, they may be, facing the problems for 2 more years or 3 more years, or 2 or 3 more years. But it will worth if you want to study. If you don't want to work right away, please go for study. Choose the studies first. Okay, choose the degree first. It will be tough to see them in the struggle again, arranging the money for you. But let me tell you, after bachelor's you won't get the salary and satisfaction which you will get after one more degree, additional degree. So if you want to pursue the PhD, if you want to pursue the M.Pharm, or if you want to pursue the MPH or whatever, it's okay. They can struggle, they are parents. I know very well it's tough, but they can arrange. Okay, and after 2 years, when you will earn a lot, when you will get a recognition, no one will be happier than them, I'm telling you. Okay, if you are doing a job, if you are getting into the job after BPharm, you will be struggling 15, 20, 30,000, or maybe 50,000 after 3 4 years. But if you are good at skills after doing one more degree and studying more, pursuing your dreams, you might be satisfied like anyone else. Okay, and you might be earning, you will be earning a lot of money as well. Okay, if you are pursuing your dreams, if you want to study, go for studies. Don't think much. Okay, don't think much. Parents are there, they will handle. Anyhow, they will handle, I know that. Okay, so they can handle that situation, and you will be at the better position after that. So that's my suggestion to everyone. I mean, else you guys can think, but at that time, at such some there are some certain times in the life where you cannot be emotional too much, and where you should, you know as in the pharmacy, in the medical, we always talk about the risk and the benefit ratio. So always think of what you are risking now and what will be benefit in the future. So if you do that, uh, I think the results will be more satisfactory and great. So these are the things I think, what I can tell my students and I can suggest my younger generations right now. Uh, that's all for, I think.
It's really a great piece of advice for all the students, sir. So next question, as a site coordinator for Novartis Pharma's phase 3 clinical trial at Parallax HF, what were the challenges you have faced and how did you overcome them? And any memorable
Uh, so
moments?
one of the challenge I already told you, being into the investigators, that was the major challenge, but I fought it well. And like after history, when I got that, like I can be the principal investigator, then I got that chance that I can be the investigator or sub investigator even in the phase 3 clinical trials. And I got into 3 4 clinical trials after that. These the parallax and paradigm, these two are the primary endpoint clinical trials for sacubitril and valsartan. If you guys have heard of sacubitril, valsartan is the drug for heart failure. Okay, so I have been into those clinical trials personally. I have attended the investigators meeting in Italy and all other places, and I have seen how they planned and how this drug is, changing the heart failure life in India, and I mean in the world. I mean, this drug is a wonderful drug for heart failure, and I have seen how the clinical trials have been developed, and there was nothing like challenges, frankly. Challenges was from the CDSCO side and from the DCGI side, but I tackled them nicely. And then there was nothing like challenge as such, but dealing with the patient and dealing with the medication adherence of the patient. Those are the things, and other tasks what you don't know, like how to procure the medicine, how to distribute the medicine, how to fill those things. Everyone, these are new for everyone, and they learn with the course. So there was nothing like a challenge, but it was a. I always took them as the journey of adventures, and I learned from them always.
So coming to the next section, innovative research projects from idea to implementation. Now, your question is, in your post graduation projects, such as study on methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus and H1N1 influenza, you delved into specific clinical and epidemiological aspects. How did you come across such complexities of these topics, especially when concerning to data collection and analysis?
For me, these are not complex things, frankly. That time also, these were not complex things, because you see, these are quite complex for everyone. But these things have not been complex for me because I'm privileged that I'm studying at. I mean, I have studied at Manipal. Manipal made everything easy for you. You know, they start teaching not from the basics. They start teaching from the advance. Okay, so you learn everything. They're like, no, you have to learn everything. You cannot leave it like, oh, I've learned the basics, then enough. No, you have to learn everything, and then you have to dive into the space. So yeah, and I still believe that for everyone, I suggest you guys, India has a lot of clinical data, and everyone must, all the pharmacy people must dive into that data, and must utilize that data. How you will utilize, as you asked about the epidemiological studies and simple incidence prevalence studies. Till date, there is no correct incidence and prevalence epidemiological data available for any disease in India. So if you guys plan in a right way, you can be the master of that. and you can publish such good research. You can go into such really good research which can give a lot of breakthrough results, can get you the good publications. And yeah, so I think the complexity of collecting data and talking to the patient is always there, is always there. But when you have the good skills and uh, not only the skills, but when you have the good humble nature, I think you can convince everyone, you can convince anyone, frankly. So you must have the good uh, the way of talking, humble way of talking. You should be very humble, you should be learningful, you should not find yourself superior than anyone else. If you want to learn from your juniors, from your students, or from anyone, you should learn it humbly. Okay, if you know anything, you should teach it humbly. You should not be arrogant, you should not be in the ego, you should not be egoistic at all. Okay, there is nothing like collaborating with younger people or the students. There is nothing bad in learning from the youngers or from the you know uh, like the people who are not superior to you, okay, in the positions, right? So I always learn from the other departments. I always learn from the nurses. When I was in the wards, I used to say, sister, please teach me, I want to learn. Okay, because nurses are the, I mean, I'm giving you the example, nurses are the best teachers in the hospital. They know throughout about the patient, they know throughout about the drugs, they know throughout about the course of treatment in the hospitals. So if you're saying, oh, these are nurses, I don't want to learn from them, these are the technical people, I don't want to learn from this, you are arrogant, you are not humble at all. So this is very important. If it comes to learning, learn from everyone humbly, talk to them humbly. And one more important thing I have seen in my students, that they're like, "Arey, this classmate of mine is not talking to me ever. This person is not talking to me ever. This person is showing me eyes. Okay, this person is not good with me. How can I contact him? How can I talk to him? And how can I, collaborate with him? Arey, that's his nature or her nature. Your nature must be humble. If the people are saying you like, oh, he was your enemy in the class, how can you talk to him? Let them be. They are, people are there always to say something. Okay, you should not listen to everyone, you should not listen to anyone, you should be humble. It's okay if somebody is spitting on your uh, things, that's okay. Never allow anyone to spit on your face, but at least if they are spitting something, let them spit. Yeah, it's fine. You should be humble, you should be, that you should listen to everyone, you should talk to everyone, you should be humble with everyone. That's how you learn the life. I think life is very complicated, and if you are being arrogant, if you are avoiding anyone, everyone, then I think you are making it more complex. You should be humble and elegant, so everyone will be with you, everyone will be working for you, and you will be loved by everyone. That's the crux of the entire question here.
I'm very thankful for giving you, for taking these wonderful tips from you, sir. And here is the second question. Can you share a memorable experience or research fail that taught you a valuable lesson in your journey as a researcher?
Okay, I'm not sure if I should reveal it, but as my students are here, my colleagues are here, I can see. So I'll not take the name, but I mean, as such, in the research, I never, you know, take anything as failure, frankly. If there are negative results, those are results. If there are bad results, there are results. If there are no results, that is the result for me. I never took the research as negative or, the positive result, or never took as a failure. Every research is research for me. If it is done ethically and correctly, every result is results for me. Okay, so I never had any kind of failure in the research, frankly. But yeah, you get a lot of other things like the betrayals, the disappointments, those are the things always, exist everywhere in every field. In the research also, so there are multiple disappointments. I remember one of my paper. So it was a really good paper, and I did that research for almost 4 years. And after 4 years, I submitted to one of the journal, and that was the best suitable journal for that research, Indian Journal of Medical Research, because I was representing the Indian data. So I submitted that journal, and I got the comments 6 times for that paper. I mean, one after one, the editor was sending the comments, and that story went up to 18 months, 1.5 year. And after 1.5 year, they rejected that paper. After completing all the issues, after resolving all the issues, they rejected it. So that was a big disappointment for me. But I got to know that the editor in chief of that journal that time, and the respected reviewer of my article that time, was one of my competitors. And you know he by that, he got my paper. So he just wanted me to stuck to that process of correcting, sending for 1.5 year. And in those 1.5 year, he planned the entire research and published his paper. And then once he published his paper, he rejected my paper. So that's how he stole my research, and you know conducted it entirely and published his paper. And then yeah, so that's how the disappointments are there, but not failures exactly. And this is also not a failure. This is also kind of learning. And I always tell my students, guys, check the journal and the people who are in the journal before submitting. So you should not get such situations later. Yeah, so I mean, just disappointments, not the failures.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are there are many. I went to one my first international trip. I went to Austria, the Vienna, Austria, Europe. So one of the person from Indian Medical Association, and one of the best person in India, called heart failure, father of heart failure in India. He is called as. Don't search his name later. Okay, so I was very excited. Literally, I was damn excited to meet him, because this was my first international trip, first conference, and I was presenting 3 papers there, one oral presentation, 2 posters, young investigator award, and also he met me first day, and he was like, "I saw your posters, it's amazing," and all. I was like, "Sir, it was always my dream to meet you, and I did not know that I'll meet you in this conference, such a big conference here in Vienna, Austria." And the second day, he was like, Ajit, let's go for a dinner. Let's meet, and let's talk about the research. We went for a dinner. He, listened to me very carefully, and I was so excited. I was so damn excited. I told everything. How did I conduct this? How did I do this? How did I do this? And I came back to India. I was very excited. I told my guide, "Sir, I met Doctor this, and he was very." My guide was like, "You idiot! You told him everything. He's a, like, what to say?" And literally after 6 months, he presented the same study. He launched the same study in India. That guy. So there are such disappointments, but not exactly the failures, if I say. So you should always be very careful when you are conducting the research, because there are the high chances of you know stealing the research. Yeah.
So, and next question, you have received multiple awards and grants. Your trophy cabinet must be overflowing. So, which award or grant has been most meaningful to you and why?
My first grant, definitely, that was awesome, and I got the PhD on it, 96 lakh rupees from Novartis. Definitely, that was the first and the life changing grant. And there are definitely a lot of awards, and every moment whenever I get recognized, whether those are awards, those are grants. I don't remember how many grants I received till date. I mean, almost 20 plus grants for traveling and, almost 7 crore rupees grants for the research. So, but every time I get the same excitement, I get the same happiness, and even, more, every time I love getting grants, love traveling, and love getting awards. And I think whenever you work, you get the things, and I mean, it's not like I'm getting the grants or research funds or these awards frequently, so I'm not happy. I'm happy and more than happy every time. Every time my excitement is more. Every time my happiness is more, because every time I get something, I'm like, see, this is the motivation for something next. I have to do something really good for the next year. So I find it kind of challenges for me, like, okay, for this year this is okay, but what's for next year now? So I have to plan, and this gives me a lot of excitement. And those awards and grants always give me a lot of happiness, literally. So there is nothing, like, anything is special for me. Everything is special here for me. Either there's a grant of 10,000 rupees or grant of 1 crore rupees, is same thing, for me. It's like your recognition. I have seen the people who are into the industry, into the academics, they don't get grants at all. So whether it's a 10,000 or 1 crore, it's always precious to me. Always precious to me. Any kind of award, any kind of things. But yeah, always such things, gives a life changing moments in your life, as my first grant was. And then I got my first young investigator award, young scientist award. Those were the best recognitions, because the young investigator award I got from one of the prestigious number one institute in the world, that is itself in India, Indian Institute of Science. So my first young investigator award was from the IISc Bangalore. So those things are really good in the life. And yeah.
So, next question, you have attended multiple international conferences supported by grants such as European Society of Cardiology and others. Sir, could you share how you got these opportunities and how it shaped your perspective and contributed to your research?
See, as I told you, there is nothing special, frankly, in getting those things. You have to stick to one topic. Okay. As I'm stick to heart failure, see, I'm working on diabetes by ICMR for last 4 years, almost 4 years. Still, I didn't apply for any grant, or I did not, I mean, the travel grant or anything personally from me. That's a grant from ICMR. That's the position from ICMR, right? Given by ICMR. But like, that is not my forte. Diabetes, I have learned a lot. I mean, this is the new thing for me and my new specialty, definitely. But still, the level of interest is still down than the heart failure. So you have to stick yourself to one thing. And every year, being into the diabetes for last 4 years, almost completely out of the heart failure domain, still, if I'm going outside, or still if I'm receiving any grant, I'm receiving those grants for heart failure. Okay, so always you have to stick to one domain. And if you are famous in that domain, if you are expert of that domain, you will get the recognitions, you will get the grants, you will get a lot of things in that. Okay. And there is nothing sort of specialty or special process to get into this. First, you have to go to the conferences for the presentations as a student, poster presentation and all. And then look into the grants if they are available. Apply for everything. Okay, apply for everything. Look for multiple opportunities for travel grants, research grants and all. So there is nothing like I was privileged, but I think the privileged part here is that I know what are the grants and from which agency I can get the grant. And my specialty always, whenever, like, American College of Cardiology or European Society of Cardiology. Now I'm the faculty member, anyways. in the ESC by art, but I started as the student there. So always, into these ISPOR is there for pharmacy, and according to your especially there is IDF, International Diabetic Foundation, and International Diabetic Associations are there. So always be member of that. For students, being a member of any association is free of cost, almost free of cost. For ESC, it is €100 for a year. That's not more than 10,000. So be the member of those things. They will give you entire research access. They will give you entire journal access. Everything you will get. Lot of webinars, seminars, and they will tell you about their grants, upcoming conferences, travel grants. So you have to be updated. See, as I told you, I always, keep my mobile in the hand. I always surf whatever is there. I every day, almost every day, surf my all the websites, my favorite websites, always. Like what's new there? What's new there? Okay. People don't do that.
Yeah.
People don't even do that monthly. And you won't believe I do that every day. I have one specific section. I have a specific, section of tabs in my computer. Like those, all the tabs are open. I every day almost surf those things if anything new is there. So that makes you, updated. That keeps you updated on the new things, and that's how you come to know about the new things, and you can apply. Never, get scared of the failure. Never get scared of the failure. If you're not getting the grants, that's perfectly fine. At least you know the process of application, right? If you're not getting a grant, at least now you're the master of knowing the process, right? You can suggest, you can guide anyone, in at least how to apply for the grant. So never get scared. And if you are applying, maybe not the first time, not the second time, the third time, you will get the grant. You will get the travel scholarship. So they told this time, like for the Portugal and Switzerland trip, I got the half of the grant from European Society of Cardiology, and I applied to DST. I applied to ICMR. DST declined my grants this year, and then I was like, it's okay. I got the half of the grants from ESC, and yesterday, after a month of the conference, I got the approval from ICMR that your entire grant is, got approval from ICMR. So it takes time. Sometimes it gives you disappointments, but never get scared of that. Always apply, and get updated on the things.
It's really great, sir. Next question is, winning the consolation prize at Manipal University Innovation Award must be exciting. So, can you share the inspiration behind your project on monitoring blood platelet aggregation?
See, again, this is a very interesting part of my life, frankly, because this project is from the physics department. Completely nanophysics department. That is not a part of medical at all. Okay, so never stop yourself going out of the box. Never stop yourself exploring out of your domain. So I always explore. You won't believe that my students are working in artificial intelligence. My students are working in physics, nanophysics. My students are working in chemical engineering. My students are working in food industry. So how I teach them? They are in the public health. They are in the multiple domains. How I teach them? I always tell them to go out of the box. I always tell my students, guys, clinical pharmacist is not a job for you. Okay, this is a big statement, I know. But clinical pharmacist is not a stable job. Do you even know that after PharmD? Not at all. You should go out of the box if you want to make a good career option. Go out of the box. Think out of the box. So I always take the risks. When I was doing my Ph.D, that time I was talking to the HOD of the nanophysics of our Manipal Institute of Technology, and we were talking something, and he was like, "Sir, why can't we collaborate and do something?" So in the talkings only, I came to know that we know about the troponin T and all the biomarkers, but we don't know what exactly the physics, how exactly the physics work in the biomarkers and medicals. So we came to an idea like where the nanophysics instruments, the optometric instruments and all can help us in determining the aspirin resistance. After aspirin resistance, platelets type and shape changes, and there are multiple other changes in the platelet surface and all. So that can be seen with the optometry, which actually works in the nanophysics department. So we came up with the new instrument from the nanophysics department, which can help us in finding the aspirin resistance. So you have to collaborate, you have to go out of the box, you have to think out of the box. It took almost 1.5 years. And then in the innovation day, we got the consolation prize. We did not get the first or second or third prize, but that was a great achievement for us. We got a lot of money. I mean, almost 1.5 lakh prize for that. And the entire project was taken up by the company Philips, to take that protocol and make a big advanced version of that machine. So, always think out of the box. When you are into the research, don't leave that aspect. Don't think, "Arey, isme nahi kar sakte. We cannot do in this part. We cannot do in this part." No, 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 no. You have to link always how we can connect the dots. So it's always special to me, like whenever I think out of the box, whenever I go out of the box, and I love going out of the box. Recently, one of our intern only, we have written an article in artificial intelligence and lupus erythematosus, SLE. So that was completely out of the box for me, but that article, that original research idea was mind blowing, and pharmacy people, pharmacy students participated in that, and that published out of the, like, one of the top journal, and in that was accepted in 10 abstracts from all over the world. So that's how you have to think out of the box. If the idea is great, there is nothing like you cannot, you know, pursue that idea. So it's always special to go out of the box, and this consolation award was really a wonderful learning for me.
It's really a great, sir. So next question is, it seems your research has covered everything from matters of the heart to matters of the feet. So from breast cancer and the heart, burden on the chest to graded exercise, therapy and 6-minute walk test. So what innovative approaches did you discover? How do they contribute to current practices?
See, I mean, the answer lies in my last answer. You should go always out of the box. Always go out of the box. So, see, 6-minute walk test is the part of heart failure itself, and breast cancer is the part of heart failure. So, when there's a breast cancer, our young survivors, they face a lot of problems after the completion of the treatment, because every treatment which is given for the breast treatment, either that is surgery, that is radiotherapy, that is hormonal therapy, or whatever is there, that affects the heart. Okay, that creates the heart problems, that initiates the heart attacks, heart failure, arrhythmias, and a lot of things. So you have to link, as I'm telling, go out of the box, link everything. So breast cancer and the heart, means heart related problems, are always connected. Okay, radiotherapy induced cardiac toxicity, chemotherapy induced cardiac toxicity. So you have to think out of the box about the complications. You cannot think only about the disease. You have to think about the complications, comorbidities, how these are linked, how these can, affect the person, or those things you have to think out of the box always, and that's how you know get the new ideas and new innovations.
So next question is, yoga as an adjuvant therapy in heart failure patients is a fascinating study. So what led you to explore this unique approach and what were the findings along the way?
Yeah, so again, this was new for me, definitely, exactly not my idea. But as I'm expert of heart failure, so my team has worked on it, and one of our faculty has PhD on it, has done the PhD on the yoga therapy in heart failure. So I'm the part of that registry, and yoga is one of the wonderful thing to improve the heart failure as well. I mean, definitely there are new approaches, there are new yoga packages, there are no new yoga exercises for this. So, and this study is a very promising study, and I got a chance to present this study in Manila, Philippines, and in Portugal, and in Switzerland, and in August I'm presenting it in New Delhi for the American College of Cardiology. So I mean, a lot of promising results out of this. We got a lot of symptomatic improvements, lot of centralized improvements after this study and from the yoga in heart failure. So yeah, I mean, see, you don't know the results until you don't do it, until you don't do the research, right? So you have to try, and you get the results, and those results are promising. So it gets the recognition. And recently, when I presented in Manila, Philippines last year, it was published in around 28 international papers, not the research papers, newspapers and news agencies. I got the interview recently in Europe. I went to Portugal. There was I interviewed, and I was interviewed for the same journal for the same research. So yeah, I mean, after trying new things into the new research, yeah, it's always good.
So moving to the next question. Moving to publishing game, every researcher's Everest. So could you share your approach to publishing in various journals? Any tips that you want to give us aiming to publish in high impact journals?
Okay, so publication is always a matter of prestige. Frankly, if I say, always a matter of your hard work. So I always tell my students, whatever you have done, whether that is a small research project, whether that is a case report, that is a research article, or that is a review article, never waste your publication, never waste your research, in the bogus journals or in the, predatory journals. Always go for the index journals. Either those are PubMed indexed or, Scopus indexed or Web of Science indexed. Never keep your bars to CGI or something, Google Scholar or something. Because, and never go on the numbers. If you are thinking I'll publish 10 papers in this year, 5 papers in this year, then you are wasting your all the research. I'm telling you, all the research is going into vain. Because see, when you are having a target, now you don't look at the quality. See, whether you publish a single paper or 5 paper in a year, it should be with quality. Okay, and quality comes with the indexation when it comes to the publication. Okay, never ever publish your paper in non-indexed predatory journals. Always go for the indexed journals. Guys, it takes time. It may not be accepted at the first time or second time, but definitely you have to think of your research, because you are investing a lot of time. And don't go behind the things like it will be published in 5 days, 10 days, or 15 days. It takes time, but never settle down before the non-index journals.
So next question is, what are some emerging trends or that focus mainly in the field of clinical research that you find particularly exciting and promising?
Okay, that's a very tough question actually, because everything is excited and everything has something trending. Something trendy. Like if I talk about the heart failure, now new drugs are there. Those are trendy. And overall, if I talk about artificial intelligence is trendy.
Yeah.
Okay. So involve artificial intelligence in your learnings, in your exercises, in your research. That will give you some new ideas, definitely. And don't ask me about the topics. I cannot give you the topics. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You have to find it by yourself. It is very much important. Anish is asking any free Scopus index journals. Almost 60% of the Scopus index journals are free. Almost 60 to 80% of PubMed index journals are free. Okay, you just have to find the correct journal aligning your subject and your objective.
Okay, sir. Moving to the next section, engagement in science, collaboration and community. Reflecting on your journey so far, how have collaboration shaped your professional growth?
A lot. Collaboration is very important in the research. Collaborations are really important. Without collaborations, you literally should not go. First of all, collaborations make your research trustable and validated. How? I'll give you an example. See, if I'm applying for a grant, uh, to ICMR or to NIH or to any international federation or granting agency. So if I'm showing them that I'm doing a research which involves the testing of new biomarker, testing of echo or testing with the uh, CT scan or something, you know, I should not write that everything will be done by me. You should show the collaboration with biochemistry, with radiology, that I have involved people from the radiology to do the CT scan and interpret those results. I have included the people from biochemistry to perform the biomarker uh, analysis and interpret that. Because that will give you the validation. Why? Because you have the entire team and specialized team. You focus on the word specialized teams. See, if I'll do everything by myself. My background is cardiology. How can I do everything by myself? Not at all. So collaborations gives the validation. Okay, and if your research is validated, it will get the grants. So the things, the collaborations are always important. Suppose in that only, if I'm doing the research here and some test is not available at my center, I should not tell them like, okay, I'll arrange that. I should show them the collaboration that okay, this test is available 60 km from my hospital, in this hospital or in this research center, and I have collaborated with them, like with the approvals, with the signed MOU, and they will help us. This gives us the validation because it shares the responsibility, right? If I'm telling I'll do it by myself, I'll do everything by myself, that will not gives that will not give the validation, that will not give the kind of memorandum of understanding with other participants or other collaborators. Okay, and it is not like that we are selecting our partners or collaborators for the work, but they gives the ideas also. They come up with the new, what we say, the new perspective in the research. So research always needs the new perspective, new ideas, and lot of fundings and lot of things. So collaborations are always good. Never go without collaborations. If you need any specialty, please go with them. Okay, don't be greedy always, right? I'll get all the credits, I'll do all the funds, I'll do. See, funds will not give you the money. Okay, funds are to be distributed, and collaborations will give you the recognition, like okay, you have a good network of doing the research, right? So those things are very important here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Next question. So, what advice would you give to the early career researchers looking to enhance their collaboration and engage meaningful connections with scientific communities?
Go politely, as I told. Never be arrogant. Never be like, oh, I have come up with this idea, I'll be the boss. Not at all. Okay, go politely and ask them like if they can help you in that, if they have good time to give you suggestions, give you ideas. So always go with the humble requests, humble suggestions. Okay, and ask them if they can participate, if they can help you in your research. Okay, and tell them the partial ideas, don't tell them the full ideas always. Okay, and once they collaborate, then you can discuss the entire ideas in the meetings. So that's my things. Okay, right, I'll take the questions later, guys. Right, so these are the important parts, like collaborations are important, but collaborators are sometimes greedy and they are thieves, so they can steal your idea. Don't everything, but yeah, if you are good intentions in the research and ethical intentions, there is no one who can say no. Okay, just sell them their benefits. Like if you are participating in this study, you will also get the recognition. So yeah, that's how you should approach, and you should make the good network. Making a good network is always good in the life as well, in your academics, in your jobs, finding the good career options. You will get the good suggestions. There are good people. So networking is, I think, one of the key in the life, whether that is professional or personal life. You should have a good network, really good network, so the people can suggest you, in your ups and in your downs. They can help you, and anything good or bad. As I told you, when I was in this stress, my friend told me, see, this is something different, but if you can write a thesis, and that thesis writing uh, made me an entrepreneur today. And frankly, so yeah, I mean, there are the things, you should have a good network and good people around.
Yeah. Yes. So, as we wrap up our conversation, what three pieces of advice would you give to someone who wants to make difference in healthcare and research just like you have?
Okay, so first of all, have a good network, good ideas, ethical research, and be humble. That is the key things, and never ever get scared of getting the risk. Okay, never take anything as a failure. Frankly, guys, never take anything as a failure. If you're taking anything as a failure, you will be depressed, and uh, you will be demoralized. Moreover, not the depressed only, but demoralized. Okay, so take it positive. Yeah, there are a lot of times when I am depressed. There are a lot of times when, I mean, depressed means I feel depressed. Okay, I'm not depressed, I feel depressed. And there are many times when I feel disappointed, but I get a good sleep, I go out with friends, I go to the theater, I watch the movie, I watch the web series, and then I simply sit for 6 8 hours watching TV and all. Then it's suddenly, clicking the new idea and coming out of that. Okay, let's work on this now. So just forget the things. Disappointments are not to keep with you. Just start to leave, and go further in the life. So that's the take home for everyone. Yeah, guys.
Okay, sir. Now, here is a small announcement for all the interns. After Q&A section, we are going to take a group photo. So please open up your cameras after Q&A section. Now,
Okay, so question and answers. Okay, guys, you can ask me the questions. Any fees question? Okay, I think we answered. Sir, what are the things about which we have to think perform starting registry work? And please, can you specify step one to start? There is nothing. You have to come up with a good idea, like what disease you want to do the study, the registry study, and make a protocol, good protocol, comprehensive data collection, get the approval, and get it start. Simple. There is nothing. Registry studies are the simplest studies. No intervention, nothing is there, just data collection. But data collection should be comprehensive. Your data collection form should be comprehensive. You should keep the outcomes in the mind. Okay, you should keep the objectives. So prepare the good protocol with the comprehensive outcomes, with the comprehensive objectives. Okay, you will get the wonderful results.
Sir, Mohammad Noor is asking what you done next after rejection of your research paper.
No, I never published it. I literally never published it. I got, pissed after that, and I kept that paper in dustbin, and I was like, I have 40 more papers. Sometimes you have to do that. When you're too frustrated, then you should leave that topic, completely. Completely, you should erase that from your mind as well. Now, my friends were telling that you have written that paper, why don't you publish it? I was like, no, this paper will never go out.
Next question is how to conduct and get an approval a case report study for any specific case in a hospital.
No, there is no need of the ethical approvals for the case report, but you should need the consent form from the patient or the patient party. If the patient is not able to give you the consent, patient party for a case report. Okay, so always take the consent form, and definitely out of the hospital you cannot take the cases. In your hospital only you can take the cases. So ask the HOD or the treating doctor to be a part of that case report. Never go all alone. Keep the person who has treated the case, in the loop, and give them the credits always. So that's the best idea, to go for a case report. You don't need the ethical approval, you just need the support from the person who has treated that case or handled that case. Keep them in the authorship, ask the sessions, ask about the case, and take the consent form from the patient and go ahead for the case. I think that's all.
The next question is how did you cope up with your bad times in life? And who was your most inspirational person in your life?
Most inspirational person in my life is my elder brother, because he's the person who has taken all the responsibilities after my father. And that time we were very young. I was 14 and my elder brother was 19 that time. So I mean, elder to me, and my eldest brother was 25, 24. Yeah, so he took all the responsibilities, and he sacrificed a lot, and he taught us. He spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of his personal space for us, and he handled my mom and all of us. So, and now he's really doing great. I mean, we are having our business, and we are really good with all the facilities at home. Everything is there by the God's grace. So he is always my inspiration, to go ahead, and he is a sense of responsibility, for me in my life.
So we have two more questions. One
And
is
how did you cope up with your bed timing? Okay, how did you cope up with your bed timings? As I told you guys, I just leave everything. I watch TV. I mean, take the phone. I don't read much books. I mean, I rather prefer watching the movies and web series and reading the stuffs on internet. So yeah, that's my cope-up mechanism. And when it is out of my hand, or when I feel I cannot handle this, I just leave it. Literally, I'm telling you. So sometimes leaving the topic, or leaving that moment from your life, erasing that moment from your life is good sometimes. So just don't stretch anything for a longer time. If you stretch something for a longer time in your brain, then it will be tough. Keep yourself busy somewhere in the life, so you don't think about any particular thing in the life. So I keep myself busy always. So yeah, that's how I do that. Sir, what made you take PharmD as your education career? I told you this just now. I told you this. Like, see, I started this for the PharmDs because, and the B pharmacy, I mean, the pharmacy professionals, because I have seen the medicals and medicos and the other, even the school kids, they have a lot of good support. But, the PharmD is even a growing career, not having many people who support this professional and who knows about this profession. So I have gone through this process, so I know how to tackle this, and how can I guide my students, and how can I support this profession. Yeah, that's how. Yeah. Sir, did you ever get slumber, and if so, how did you try to come out of this? First of all, I don't know the meaning of slumber. Let me search in the Google. Seriously, guys, see, I learned from you, right? Let me see what is the meaning of slumber, and then I can answer you. 1 second. Okay, 1 second, Mohit. Sleeping Beauty slumbered in the. Okay, what does this means exactly? Sleep, asleep. Okay, it's about sleep. Okay, so what is this question? Let me. Okay, so see, boys, I'll give you the answers in person. Okay, there are a lot of things. See, see, it happens when you are too lazy in your life. Though me, it's not like I'm not special that I don't want rest, or I don't get lazy. I get lazy most of the times in my life. I mean, but again, as I told, that I cannot sit free for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Free means free means the completely free. Either that mobile is in my hand, I'm listening to the news, I'm reading something, I'm working on something, I'm talking to someone. So those things are always going on. I'm not completely free for 10-15 minutes if I'm not sleeping. If I'm sleeping, then only I'm completely free. Okay, so yeah, there are the lazy times in the life, but then if I get lazy, if I am not getting a good sleep, if I'm not in the good mood, I go and entertain myself. I take my sports bike and go out for long drives with my friends or all alone. Go to the riverside, go to the beaches. Manipal has wonderful beaches. Manipal has wonderful riverside, and we have a lot of good mountains and the waterfalls. So, or even the university is a wonderful campus. Go to the cafes and I sit there for hours. I simply just enjoy the sip of coffee. So yeah, a lot of things are there. There are a lot of things. How can I come out of those slumber phases? See, sir, how did you join ICMR for PhD? For a PhD, how to join ICMR for a PhD? No, ICMR doesn't provide PhD, guys. ICMR can give you funds. ICMR never offer a PhD. ICMR can give the funds for your project. On that project, you can pursue PhD in any institute. So first you have to join the institute, you have to write the grants, and you have to get the grants from ICMR. And it's nothing like after PharmD or after MPharm. I think anything is perfectly fine after MPharm. If you have a good project, write the project to ICMR, get the funds, and enjoy the PhD. After MPharm, go for a PhD or doing PhD after that. What's your suggestion? See, uh, I think answered that if you are interested in studying, never think of taking a break. If you are interested in studying further, never take a break. Okay, if you take a break, see, let me tell you the scenario. Suppose after B Farm, if you want to pursue the M Farm, and you think like I can do it later, or I can do the MBA later, I can do anything later. Let me first earn the money and help my parents or something. So let me tell you, if you are working for 3 years, you might get 40-50,000 per month after 3 years. And 50,000 per month is not a bad money at all. Okay, it's really a good salary, 50,000 per month, right? So after 3 years, you won't have any motivation to leave this job and go back to the studies. If you are going back, you will have a lot of setbacks, like your money will stop coming. 50,000 immediately will stop coming. Okay, and your savings will go in your fees, and for 2 years you will not be earning anything. So you will not have any motivations to go back. So that's why I always suggest, if you want to study further, never ever take a break. If you want to do the PhD, go for PhD first, not for the job. Okay. Sir, what you would inspire that me only get a higher knowledge in cardiology department, only not knowledge? I have answered that, Akash. Cardiology, I think I have talked on 2 stories. Sir, if the case is complex and having multiple diseases at multiple episodes, so can we publish that as a case report? Yes, we can publish that a case report. Yeah, my first case I was telling, the HIV/AIDS case, that has 5 complications, 5 type of infections. The herpes infections, keratitis, and disseminated tuberculosis. There was multiple problems, and those made one common problem: AIDS, HIV, and because of the multiple complexities, that case was really complex to solve. So, and the course of action was very important to show to everyone. So that's why we published that case. And yeah. Yeah, Mohit, I think answered that about laziness when you don't want to do anything, but you have still a lot of work. So you have to motivate yourself. You have to motivate yourself by thinking, as I, told you. Even initially, I told everyone here that, if I'm come back from the Portugal, I have to think like what should be my next international trip, and that does not allow me to sleep, or that does not allow me to take rest. Or yeah. So that's the thing.
Sir, can you give any info about MD after PharmD?
See, guys, I'm always against that. I don't know, but someone has told me that someone has done the MD after PharmD and come back. So I'm never into that favor, frankly.
Sir, Dr. Sadia Rope has a request for you. Sir,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
publishing
Sadia.
paper under your guidance. Would you give me a chance?
Yes, definitely. We are coming up. See, in intensive, we have the second part of research mentorship program. Now we are starting the research mentorship program from this month only, from July. Everyone will get a chance.
I think we have
Walking. Yeah. So anything else?
Sir, now Innovation Ideation Club, we're likely to extend our vote of thanks. Now we have very small surprise for all the interns and our esteemed guest, Dr. Ajit sir. All eyes on your screen.
Today I am going to talk about a person where his talent and his qualities are incredible.
Very intelligent, knowledgeable, and having a lot of social impact, which is most important.
Yes, he is none other person, Dr. Ajit Singh
Is Dr. Ajit
from Manipal.
Ajit Singh's journey unfolds like an inspiring tale of dedication and leadership. Dr. Ajit Singh earned his Doctor of Pharmacy from Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences in 2015 and completed his Ph.D. from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, in 2019.
And he is the owner of CliMed's, and at the same time he is a person from Curio research organization. I know him personally because he always ensure and inculcate a habit of building the youngsters through the clinical research work. And believe you me, under the CliMed's and the Curio, lot many things are happening, and whatever the student who have joined and already they have completed their training, they have been very well placed. I give my lot of attributes towards his contribution to build the youth and the youngsters, and at the same time I also wish him a great and grand success. As a person, he is a good human being and compassion is there. He is a person with a kind heartedness, and at the same time he is ready to help and support us.
Dr. Ajit Singh's journey in cardiology is truly inspiring. From the start of his medical career, his heart was set on understanding and improving heart health. It wasn't just a job for him, it was a calling. Dr. Singh's passion goes beyond research. It's about saving lives and bringing hope to patients and their families. His commitment to cardiology is not just about advancing medical knowledge but about making a real difference in the world of heart health. Dr. Ajit Singh's journey shows what can be achieved with passion, dedication, and a deep desire to heal. Under Ajit Singh's mentorship, we continue to learn and grow, inspired by his passion, perseverance, and dedication to transforming healthcare through innovation and excellence.
So I met Dr. Ajit almost 3 years back. We introduced each other over LinkedIn. I approached him because by seeing his, that post related to academics, and Dr. Ajit is the one to whom I met that who wanted to make skilled courses on very affordable price. Affordability is the one thing, and another important aspect is he we should be giving education to the student which is more of having an industrial impact. It should not be a more a bookish knowledge, it should have an element of a real time, a practical knowledge. So he always used to check with me that if I wanted to take a session on a protocol writing, do I have hands-on experience in writing a protocol or other documents. So that's how he always create his courses and try to deliver to the student. Another very important aspect is always I liked about Dr. Ajit is that he's always full of energy, lot many new initiatives. And I know once in a group there was a call and someone introduced this an idea of that financing the CliMed and Curio, and then he said no, because these investment they will ruin our academy. Our focus is not to make money, our focus is to focus on delivering the best education. So that is when I heard that, from that point I have a lot of respect for him, because that focus is to deliver good education, focus is to craft good courses, focus is to see student progressing, focus is to see academy success in the success of the student.
As interns at CliMed's, we are privileged to witness Drive Singh's leadership firsthand. His vision for Curio Training and Research Institute (CTRI), founded in November 2023, aims not only to educate but also to inspire the next generation of healthcare leaders.
Ajit sir's dedication to his work is truly inspiring. He may have lot of work on his to-do list, but he never fails to give time to each one of us. We often approach to him that we had come up with this idea and that plan and this plan, but he always supports us in bringing life to them. He is a constant source of motivation. He always encourages us to reach our full potential.
I have the profound honor of paying tribute to the most supportive and focused personality, none other than our Dr. Ajit sir. I feel Dr. Ajit sir mentoring is so perfect. He usually engages actively with interns, providing guidance tailored to their developmental needs. Having a so great personality, still being down to earth while communicating to interns is such a good conduct.
Firstly, I'm very thankful for Dr. Ajit Singh sir for providing us a great new learning platform like CliMed, and only constantly supports us and encourages us, but also gives a guidance to ensure a professional growth in all aspects. And his way of communication with us is just like a shairi, which boosts our courage and also gives us strength to move forward. And we are very fortunate to have Ajit Singh sir as our mentor,
who is passionate and hardworking mentors I have ever seen. He has been always engaging himself in conducting various webinars, workshops and conferences which are beneficial for the students. And one of the greatest boon for us is the CliMed's internship and mentorship program, which has been shaping the future of many students.
I am very thankful to Dr. Ajit Singh sir for his constant mentorship and guidance. His dedication and kindness has greatly influenced our careers and inspired us to excel in healthcare.
Your mentorship and efforts to elevate our careers is just invaluable. I am deeply grateful for your guidance and inspiration.
Under his leadership, we have learned the importance of compassion and hard work.
He also brings up the sense of community and teamwork. We are really grateful to have Ajit sir as our mentor.
Guys, thank you very much, and I am always very humbled, and it's always lovely to have the students like you. It's always great, and it filled my eyes with the happiness. Thank you very much to all of you, and प्रमोद सर को तो मैं बाद में देखता हूँ, मुझे बताया तक नहीं है what has happened, what he has done. So let's see, guys. It's amazing. Thank you very much for this. It's really amazing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for all of you. See, I am right now whatever I am because of you guys. See, if I don't have the students whom I will teach, whom I will guide, and with whom I'll share my experiences. So it's all because of you. It's not my achievements. It's all your achievements, guys. So all dedicated to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Yes, anything else, guys? I can understand how you guys have played. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah. So share the feedback form with all. And yep, guys, thank you very much again, and take care. Best wishes. Lot of things are coming this week and next week, and next to next week are going to be a lot of new things for you. Okay. Like all the 3 days in the week, the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, you have a lot of new things for next 2 weeks. And not only those, I have engaged you on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday also. Okay, so entire week, all 6 days of my interns will be busy in the July month. Okay, all 6 days. So you have to prepare yourself, you have to buckle your belts for new learnings. Okay, take care, guys. Have a good day, have a good weekend. See you guys. Chalo, take care. See ya. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone.